Hi everyone, I've just finished a workout and I thought I'd just record a quick 10-minute session that I'm calling the Butt Buster, which was inspired by one of my clients who was asking for exercises to help get her butt back in shape after having a baby. So I've come up with a few exercises for our glutes and into the hamstrings as well. So let's get going. We're going to do kind of 10 breaths or 10 repetitions with each of these exercises and just work them through. So we're going to start on our back in semi-supine position and we're going to go into some bridges. So have your feet quite close to your bottom for this, but making sure that you're in that neutral pelvis position here before we start. So we're going to just roll our pelvis, our pubic bone into our belly button, squeeze into the bottom, press into the feet and coming all the way up to our spine curl. Don't overextend into the back. Try and make sure you've got shoulders, hips and knees. You have to get the form right here, otherwise you just won't be working it properly. So let's take 3 breaths in at the top. Just hold in and drawing navel in and breathing out. Sorry, breathing in and breathing out, drawing your navel in 3 times and then coming all the way down. So we're holding that for about 10 seconds and let's just take that again. So coming all the way up, so you're squeezing into the bottom, pressing into the feet, keeping the knees nice and still, holding in and out, and breathing in and out. So for about 3 breaths, takes you about 10 seconds to do that, hold, coming all the way back down. Then from there, you're either going to do that again. If you feel strong enough, when you're up here, you're going to take a lift of one of those legs and you can extend that leg there as well. And you're going to hold it again for about 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the leg in, take it down. If you need to come down in between, then do. Otherwise, let's go on the other side. Keep the hips nice and high as you do this. And either extend that leg or keep it bent. So let's hold it here. That's about 8, 7, 6. Push that foot into the floor. Keep the hips nice and high. 3, 2, 1. And let's go again. Either side. Come down in between if you need to. So exhale. Engage the core. Take everything up. And let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep the hips high as you take that leg down and then take the other leg with control. Up. 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep breathing in, out. 3, 2, 1. Take the toe down. Try to keep the hips high as you do that and then come down out of that. Good. Take a little stretch here. You might need to stretch into the hamstrings there a little bit as well. Okay, lovely. So from there, we are going to come onto our side. Let's just check then. We're going to come into some oysters or clams. So try and be up here if you can, on top, elbow onto your shoulder, but you can obviously be down here if that's okay, if that's not well onto your shoulder there. So just having your feet in that capital A shape opposite your bottom. Again, make sure you're lifted, don't sink here. So lifting up, keep this nice and strong. And we're going to open without rolling here 10 times, but nice and slowly. So you're opening that knee, open it a bit more to really feel that work. And slowly close, so that's 2. So these are nice and slow to kind of feel that work against gravity here. Okay, sitting up nice and tall. And this is 4, nice and slowly down. Take the energy to your core here, keep everything nice and strong. And this is 5. This is lovely and strengthening for your hips as well. So just keep this top hip nice and still, that's 6. Imagine as your knees coming forward, but your hips coming forward so it doesn't roll back behind you. 7, this is 8, and opening up. 9, so really go to that full range, as much as you can go without rolling. And there's 10. Then we're going to take an extension here. So open, extend, take it down and in. So we're opening, keep the thigh bone nice and still, lift, foot back down and close. There, good. This is 3. Keep breathing. So if you add this onto an end of a workout, like I'm doing, you're going to be a bit worn out. This is, I think that's 4. And 5. Good. In and down. So you can take these a little bit more active. I think this is 6. Good. Down. And let's do 2 more. Open. In. You should really feel that working into those hips, into that bottom, keeping up onto that elbow if you're up onto that shoulder. Okay, good. Let's push ourselves up, swing ourselves around onto the other side. There's loads that we can do in sideline for the hips and the bottom, but this is just a taster of one of the exercises we can do. So opening up and slowly lowering down. So keeping the hips nice and forward here, open, good. So again, just making sure you're opening to that full range without rolling. And there's 3, keeping this nice and lifted. And 4, good. Keep breathing. And 5. Squeeze the heels a little bit, and then that will just kind of engage that bottom a little bit more. I think we've got about 3 more. So just squeeze the heels there, and then you should be able to feel the bottom engage a bit more there. And 2 more. And last one here. Lovely. So from there we've got here, we're opening, we're keeping this nice and still. Now keep the leg turned out, so don't turn that leg in. So think about the heel lifting up towards the ceiling. Okay, that's good, that's 2. And 3. And in, and 4. Extend. Good. And 5. I have to count, otherwise I'll just lose count. Add 6. Draw everything to your core, to your centre. And 7. In, down, and 8. And 2 more here. And open, you can really feel that work into the bottom now. Should be able to really be feeling that. And 10. Good. Oh, give that a rub there. Lovely. From there, we are coming onto our tummies into a prone position for some darts. So have your toes together, your forehead down, and your arms down by your side. You're taking a breath in. On your exhale, you roll forward. Really scoop the tummy, turn the shoulders towards each other, and really engage your inside thighs. Try not to squeeze your bottom too much, but squeeze the inside thighs and coming up. And we're holding here. In and out, and in and out. 3 breaths, so about 10 seconds to hold, and then really lengthen as you come down out of this position, all the way down. Breathing in, exhale. Scoop the tummy, roll the shoulders and squeeze the inside thighs. Good, so the inside thighs, the bottom's working, but don't make the bottom be the only thing that's working here. Squeeze the heels together through those inside thighs. 3 breaths, good. Last breath, coming down, lengthen. Last one, breathing in, exhale, coming up. Squeeze, long. Tummy's nice and pulled in here. 3 breaths. Last breath here. Exhale to come all the way out. Widen the legs a little bit, turn them out. Have the arms up, so we're in like a capital A shape here. If you can, take your head up and really scoop your tummy so you're in this extended position, and then we're lifting and lowering the arm and the leg. And we're just going to change and change. And see how my pelvis is nice and still. So it might be that I need to keep my hands down and just concentrate on the legs here. But really move and pull away from the centre line, and you'll feel that your bottom's working and the hips are working here. And you can change, change, change. You can go a bit quicker if you feel able to. And then rest, and then we'll go one more time. Coming all the way up, or just keep it nice and slowly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So either quickly or slowly, and hold it there and come all the way down. Pull yourself into a 4-point kneeling position. So your wrists are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. Okay, and from here we're going to lift and have a right angle at that knee here, and we're going to pulse up and draw that leg in, and pulse up and draw that leg in. So we're going to go 10 times. Okay, so that's 3, 4. So you're really pushing up. 5, draw the navel in, push up. 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. So really feel that bottom working there. 10. Draw it in without moving the pelvis. Okay, so let's go on the other side. And hopefully when you come back and do this again, you can just have a little really think about those watch points. So we're pulsing up towards the ceiling there and keeping everything nice and still as we draw that knee in. So my pelvis and my back are nice and still here. I think that's about 4. Okay, up, 5 and in. 6 and in. If you're finding it hard to draw it in, then you can obviously just pulse here, yeah? And just hold it there. Just make sure you've done 10. That's about 8. Let's do 2 more for luck. 9 and 10. Then draw the heels together, knees apart, sit back and have a rest. Breathing in, breathing out, and have a nice stretch there. A nice little stretch to do is coming into this kind of pigeon step position. So have your shin for right angle with the front of the mat there, and you can just take your body over the top to get a lovely stretch into those glutes. If you think there's no way I can get into that position with my hips, then the other position you can do to stretch all that out is to come onto your back and then fold your leg over, push it away and find that stretch into the glutes. You can obviously pick up that leg here and push it away to get even more of a stretch, and you can also take the underneath leg here as well. So you can get a hamstring stretch into the back of those legs and pushing the other one away. So there's a few options there to stretch out those legs, okay, and make sure you do left and right, and you will feel a difference probably between your left and your right hip. So just take some breaths here, whichever stretch you want to do. Hold it here. I'll just come up and demonstrate again that last one if you're sitting. So you're sort of here and you're walking forward here, and so you can find that stretch into that hip and into that bottom there as well. So that's just a really quick blast of 10 minutes of butt busting moves. There's lots more that we can do, so that was just a snapshot of a few. So I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe go back over that again and challenge yourself to do that a few times in the week or over the month. And I'll upload another one soon with a few other moves for our glutes and our hamstrings. Okay, have a lovely rest of your day. See you soon.